end up just slamming back our hot coffees very quickly and going home. Suzanne, as a music lover, I have one more little joy.
Suzanne, as a music lover, I have one more little joy.
Go on forever and ever about little things in life that make us happy, but
we could go on forever and ever about little things in life that makes us happy, but
I've got one more that I'll share.
I've got one more that I will share. We could go on forever and ever. We could go. 완전 계속할 수 있다. We could go on forever and ever. 완전 완전 계속할 수 있다. Go on forever and ever and ever and ever. Go on forever and ever about little things in life.
And when I have some free time, especially on the weekend,
And when I have some free time, especially on the weekend,
really like doing is kind of like digital digging.
What I really liked doing is kind of like digital digging.
I could say digital digging. So,
if I could say digital digging,
like you can go to a record store and you could dig for vinyl records,
so you could, like you can go to a record store 명사일 땐 레코드고 동사일 땐 레코드구나. record. 뭐지?
vinyl records. Record store and you could
record네. record 동사일 때는 record. 발음이 다르구나. 여기는 record. 네, record. 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 동사일 때. 동사일 때. record store and you could dig final이라고 했나?
Could dig for vinyl records. Try to
final이네. for final. 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 record. 뜻이 두 개네. 이거는 비닐이고, 두 번째는 출근기에 듣는 레코드판, 음반. vinyl record. record.
for vinyl records. Try to
vinyl record.
find some hidden gem, right? Well,
find some hidden gem? 잼은 뭐야? 보석. 수분 보석. 잼.
well, I like going to YouTube and searching just for rare or obscure or weird music that I've never heard before.
Well, I like going to YouTube and searching just for rare or obscure or weird music that I've never heard before.
Well, I like going to YouTube and searching just for rare.
Searching just for rare. Search for rare. obscure. Obscure, 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 obscure. 잘 알려지지 않은
or obscure or weird music that I've never heard before.
That I've never heard before.
It doesn't even have to be weird or obscure or rare. Rather,
It doesn't have to be weird or obscure.
obscure or rare. Rather, weird or obscure or rare. Rather,
Obscure or rare. Rather,
it could just be some music that I've never heard before. I love.
It could just be some music that I've never heard before. Rather. 좀 약간
Love trying to search and find interesting music that I've never heard, and I
어디지? Doesn't even have to be weird, obscure, or rather rare. 뭐라고 했지?
doesn't even have to be
Have to
weird
be
or
weird
obscure
or
or rare.
obscure or
Rather, it
rare.
could just be
Rather,
some
it
music
could-
that I've never heard before.
It could just be some music that I've never heard before.
I love trying to search and find interesting music that I've never heard.
I love trying to search and find interesting music that I've never heard. I love trying.
And I get a lot of joy out of finding something cool. If I find
And I get a lot of joy out of finding something cool.
like a new song,
I get a lot of joy. Get a lot of joy. I get a lot of joy. 즐거움을 느끼는 편이죠. Out of finding. 여기서 즐거움을 느껴. 그래서 즐거움을 느껴.
or a new band or new cool. If I find like a new song or a new band or a new artist.
If I find like a new song or a new band or a new artist.
Or new artist.
Artist.
And when I say new, I mean new to me. Like the song.
And when I say new, I mean new to me.
Might be 50 years old, but if it's
like the song might be 50 years old, but
the first time I've heard it and I really
but if it's the first time I've heard it and
connect with it and like that song,
I really connect it. Connect. Really connect. Connect with it.
song, and that brings me a ton of joy.
And like that song, then that brings me a ton of joy.
And recently, what's happened is I found some cool songs that I've
recently recently what I have
that I've sent to my friends, and that my friends have also. And recently what's happened is I found some cool songs that I've sent to my friends.
I found some cool songs that I've sent to my friends.
Friends have also been like, "Wow, this song is so good," and they really enjoy it as well. And
they really enjoy it as well.
you know, they're not just saying that like, "Oh yeah, it's good, thank you." You know, recently what's happened is I found some cool songs that I've sent to my friends, and my friends have also been
that I've sent to my friends. That I've sent to my friends and
like, "Wow, this song is so good," and they really enjoy it as well. And you know, they're not just saying that like, "Oh yeah, it's good, thank you." You know, they actually really enjoy it.
They're not just saying that. You know, they're not just saying that like, oh yeah, it's good, thank you.
And that brings me also a lot.
Cool. You know, that they actually really enjoy it. And that brings me also a lot of joy.
Joy is when I can share that good music with.
I can share that good music. Good. That brings me also a lot of joy. Brings me a ton of joy. Brings me a lot of joy. Get a lot of joy.
With my friends, and they actually enjoy it as well. I think that
enjoy it as well. Joy.
It's a great feeling, and that's one.
I think that's a great feeling. That's a great feeling. I think that's a great feeling. Yeah, it's really great feeling. Great feeling. Great feeling.
One of the little pleasures in life.
That's one of the little pleasures in life.
In my world, at least.
Yeah. Oh, that's really cool. I admire that so much because.
Admire 아니고. admire인데 왜 admire였지? 응? admire. I admire that so much. Look at it. Feel respect approval for 그렇군. 이게 감탄이 아니구나. Respect or approval for someone doing something. Approval, 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 approval. 찬성, 인정, 찬성. I admire that so much. 공감해. 같은 생각이다. 찾아볼까? I admire that so much.
Because I don't actively search out music
Actively search out music
enough and
enough. Search out music enough. Search out. 까지 처리합니다. Actively search out. 끝까지 찾아내다. 뒤져내다. 추하다. 그런 느낌. 적극적으로. 자발적으로. 능동적으로. I don't actively. 적극적으로 하는 건 아니야. 섞진 않아. Activelly가 그런 느낌이구나. I don't actively search. Enough. I don't actively search out music enough. I don't actively. 이렇게 알아서 하진 않아. actively. 알아서 내가 알아서 음악을 찾진 않아. 알아서 음악을 찾지는 않아. 알아서는 공동적이지. 그렇구나. 스스로라는 말이 들어봤다. 음악 스스로 알아서. I don't actively search out music enough.
I rely quite a bit on algorithms that feed me.
Rely? 발음 수가 없네. Rely. Quite a bit. 의지하다. Rely on이 짝꿍이네. 짝꿍이야. 의지하다. Algorithm. 발음 귀여워. Algorithm이야?
Quite a bit on algorithms.
Algorithm이구나. L R이 아니었어. Algorithm. Rhythm. Algorithm. I rely quite a bit on algorithm. 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 That feed me. 이렇게 표현을 하네. That feed me. Algorithm that feed me. 주어지. 알고리즘 보여지? 이렇게 알고리즘 뜬 거? 뭐지? Algorithm that feed me.
That feed me, hey, maybe you would like this song. And sometimes I do, but sometimes I don't.
Maybe you'd like this song. And sometimes I do, but sometimes I don't.
But the algorithms are great. I mean,
But the algorithm are great. I mean,
algorithm leads me to a lot of stuff as well. I'm not.
The algorithm leads me to a lot of stuff as well.
Just like walking around in the dark.
I'm just like walking around in the dark.
per se. The
per se? 이게 뭐야? 뭔 말이지? Walking around in the dark? Little joys that Andrew mentioned in this episode is discovering new music. He loves to poke around on YouTube. And find songs he never heard before. The algorithm that YouTube uses to help people find and connect suited to their interests are especially helpful for this. Andrew says that these algorithm help him look for new music so he doesn't have to just walk around in the dark. In the dark is a handy expression used for when someone has no information about a particular topic. For instance, low-level employees at big corporations are usually completely in the dark about company secrets. If you're preventing someone from learning secret information, you can say you are keeping them in the dark. For example, when you're planning a surprise birthday party for someone, it's essential to keep them in the dark about any info related to the event. However, the way Andrew uses in the dark is a little bit different. Although you could say that he is in the dark about what new music he might like, he uses walking around in the dark to describe the process of finding new music without any clues or lead to help him. In the dark can also describe a situation where it feels as though you're moving around in darkness and it's hard to make progress. To describe finding new without help. And also describe a situation where it feels you're moving around in darkness and it's hard to make progress. We might complain, I wish the boss would give us a clear instruction on what she expects us for this project. It feels like we're fumbling around in the dark here. In the dark. I'm just like walking around in the dark. 아무것도 모르는 in the dark. 모르는 채로 이렇게 안 가겠다. In the dark, walk around. 돌아다니. In the dark. Perce는 또 뭐야? Perse라고 했지.
Dark, per se. The
per se. say가 아니라 per se. 그 자체로 per se. 그 자체로 algorithm.
algorithm is learning about what I'm clicking on and predict.
뭐라고 했나?
The algorithm is say. The algorithm is learning about what I'm clicking. But the algorithms are great. The algorithm
뭐라고 하네? The algorithm is
learning about what I'm clicking on and
is learning about 알아내다라는 뜻을 쓰는 것 같은데 알아내다 알게 되고 알아내고 algorithm is running about what I'm click on 표현을 알아야
clicking on and predicting what it thinks I will like, and yeah.
predicting what it thinks I will like. The algorithm is learning about what I'm clicking on and predicting what it thinks I like and predicting. Predicting what it thinks I will like and
Yeah, it's really helpful. So
it's really helpful. 너무 좋아. It's really helpful. 가져야 되겠다.
I would be lost without the algorithms these days.
So I would be lost without the algorithm these days. Be lost without the algorithm these days.
But I also do like to mess with them a little bit
But also I do like to mess with them a little bit where 방해하다. I'm going in one direction for a while, then I just throw in a musical. Then I listen to some country and they're like, what? Get confused. I have one more too. 뜻이 많네. 업무에 쓸데없이 참견하다. 간섭하다. I also do like to mess with them a little bit where
You know, I'll be going in one direction for a while and then
I'll be going in one direction for a while. Direction. In direction for a while, and then I just throw
in a musical theater song.
Theater song. Throw in. And then we'll just throw in. 이게 뭐야? 뭐지? throw in? 덤으로 주다? 가져주다? 먼저 주다? Musical theater song. 근데 영어로 스펠링 이렇게 쓰네. theater. 그치? 이렇게 쓰지.
Or two, and then I'm listening to some country and they're like,
I'm listening to some country and
what? And that algorithm gets confused.
what? 헷갈리기 시작한다. So like to mess with them a little bit. I'll be going in one direction for a while, and then I just throw in a musical theater song. Throw in this. Then I'm listening to some country and they're like, what? Country? 그치. country music을 하는구나. country music. 갑자기 다른 노래를 내 상황이 저기 다른 장르의 음악을 검색하면 평소와 달리 여기는 다른 장르를 검색하면 알고리즘이 헷갈려한다. 그런 얘기구나.
I have one more too, if that's okay, if we have time.
If that's okay, we have
Yeah,
time.
sure. We'll make it the last one. What's your last little joke?
We'll make it the last one. What's your last little joy?
Actually, something that came up first was baking.
Actually, something that came up first was baking. 처음 떠오른 거는 베이킹인데 something that came up first was baking.
I really love baking delicious
I really love baking delicious
things, but something that brings me joy, going and buying and bringing home fresh cut flowers.
Going and buying and bring home fresh cut flowers. 갓잘은 방금 잘은
Like a bouquet of flowers.
bouquet. 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 A bouquet of
flowers and then putting them in my house and trimming
them in my house and trimming
them and
them. Trim.
it's similar to having plants, just
It's similar to having plants. Similar bottom. Similar. It's similar bottom. It's similar. It's similar to having plants. It's similar to having plants.
having a fresh bouquet of flowers and then
Having a fresh bouquet of flowers and
and
then
as I walk by them
walk by
throughout the
them
week, I'm like,
throughout
oh,
the
I love
week.
that so much, and I'll stop
and then as I walk by them throughout the week. 일주일 내내인가? Throughout the week. 일주일 내내지. 일주일 내내. 떨어질까? 옆에 지나갈 때. 지나가네. 지나갈 때. And as I walk by them throughout the week, I'm like, oh, I love that so much.
stop and smell them, and
I will stop and smell them.
they remind me to, take
They remind me to,
care of myself
take care of myself.
and maybe inspire me to take a bath or
Inspire me to. 발음을 그렇게 하네. Remind me to inspire me to take a bath or
something like that.
something
I
like
love
that.
seeing fresh cut flowers. They just
I love seeing fresh cut flowers.
always bring so much joy.
They just always bring so much joy.
Whenever we have fresh cut flowers in the house,
Whenever we have fresh cut flowers in the house,
I always think to myself,
we
have to have this in the house all the time.
We have to have this in the house all the time. Have to have.
And then maybe the flowers will die and it's time
And then maybe the flowers will die and it's time to
throw them out.
throw them out.
They just always
네, 잘못 건드렸어.
Yeah, we go for a time.
joy.
Whenever we have fresh cut flowers in the house, I always think to myself, we have to have this in the house all the time. And then maybe the flowers will die and it's time to throw them out. And then, yeah, we go for a time without them, but then
we go for a time without them. Go for a time without go for a time 시간을 보냈다는 것 같은데. Go for a time. We go for a time without them, but
whenever we do get them, in the house again, it's always so lovely. I can't say it's something that happens regularly.
Regularly 나왔다. Regularly. Can't say it's something that happens regularly. Regularly. 발음 너무 어려워. Regularly. Regularly. 된 건가? Regularly. 아, 발음 너무 어려워. 연습해야겠다. I can't say it's something that happens regularly.
When it does happen from time to time, it's lovely.
It does happen from time to time. When it does happen from time to time.
And yeah, you're absolutely right. It really can.
You're absolutely right. It really can
bring a smile to your face, right? Or
bring a smile to your face. Bring a smile to your face. To your face. Bring a smile to your face. 뒤로 갔어?
To your face, right? Or make you feel good. Like it just warms up your house so much to have some beautiful.
Make you feel good. 기분 좋게 만들어. Make me feel good. Like it just warms up your house.
Beautiful flowers in the home. I couldn't agree more.
Absolutely.
Couldn't agree more. I couldn't agree more. 이거야.
Totally one of those things like, why don't I do this every week? I should get flowers every week.
Absolutely. It's totally one of those things like, why don't I do this every week? Why don't I do this? Why don't I do this every week? I should get flowers every week.
I think I'm inspired, Suzanne. Maybe I will go.
Why don't I? Inspired.
And get some flowers for my wife. I'll be a nice guy, a nice
nice
husband.
Yeah. Oh my gosh.
husband 아니고 번드인가? husband가 아니라 번드야? 그러네. husband네. 밴드가 아니었어. husband. Oh my gosh. Nice husband. 왜 husband라고 알았지? husband. A nice husband. 번드였어.
That's the best.
But then I can benefit too.
That's the best.
It's one of the
Can benefit too. Beneficial.
But then I can benefit too. It's one.
Beneficial. I can benefit too. Can benefit too. 저글보다. 나보다 좋지. 나한테도 좋은 거지. But then I can benefit too. 나한테도 좋은 거지. Benefit too.
It's one of the sneaky gifts where it's like it's for you, but I can.
It's one of the sneaky gifts. 이렇게 표현을 하는구나. 그만. Sneaky. 선물이다. 좋아라. Sneaky. Sneaky gifts where it's like
Can benefit as well.
it can benefit, but it can benefit as well. 또 좋은 거지. Can benefit. It can benefit as well, but I can benefit as well. Benefit.
You'll benefit in more
Your benefit in more ways
ways than one because
in more ways than one. in more ways than one. 여러 가지 의미로 여러 가지 의미로 여러모로 여러 가지 면에서 여러 가지 여러 면에서 여러모로 여러 가지 측면에서 여러 가지 의미로 이거 너무 좋은 표현인데? In more ways than one, you will benefit. 여러 가지 면에서 좋지, 좋을 거야. 여러 면에서 좋을 거야.
You get to enjoy the flowers and the happiness of your wife too.
Happiness of your wife too, because you get to enjoy the flowers. That's too.
Okay, I gotta do it. It's a great idea. I love it.
Okay, I gotta do it. It's a great idea. I love it. I gotta do it. 해야겠다. I gotta do it. 해야 돼. 나는 그것을 해야 해. 해야겠다. Okay, I gotta do it. 알겠어, 해야겠다. 좀 유용한데? Okay, I gotta do it. It's a great idea. I love it.